So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you finally found me. I hope you guys stay. And for those of you guys returning, I'm so blessed to be here doing a reading again. I love you guys so much. And I can't wait to get into today's reading. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. These are the decks we'll be using for this reading, and we're looking at the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and we're asking what is predominantly on this person's mind when it comes to you. Okay, so this could be how they see you, or this could be thoughts about how they feel. This could be whatever comes to their energy when it comes to you and the connection you have with this person. Okay, now as all my readings go, sometimes the energy is reversed, meaning you've tapped into your own energy because it is very strong in your energy field. If that's the case, you can check out another pile, okay? And if you don't find the person on your mind, then it's most likely not going to be your reading today, and that's fine, okay? It's not always going to be for everyone every single time. So I do want to say a quick mention. There is a 25% off sale for summer I'll be having off my site, prairievintagejewelry.com, off all jewelry and all readings. Okay, 25% off if you type in code SUMMER25-25. That's SUMMER25-25. I'll put the information below for those of you guys interested before I book up for summer. Okay, so beautiful angels, like I said, these are the decks we'll be using. We're going to pull 3 cards from this deck right here for your picks shortly. Okay, and then I will pre-shuffle these oracle cards and ask the divine exactly what it is the person on your mind predominantly thinks about when it comes to you and the connection. And then I will see you guys at your pick, okay, or I guess at the card selection. So I will pause the video and I will get us all ready. All right, I'll see you shortly. Gorgeous angels, let's pull the 3 picks, shall we? We'll be using the Starlight Oracle, and we'll pull 3 cards for your options. Don't read too much into the words, okay? Because it's going to be the energy overall in the pile that's going to be channeled, okay? And I don't ever take words literally unless words are standing out and coming through with the literal definition, okay? So spirits, for the 3 picks here in regards to the collective, we're looking at the person on their mind, person they came here about, and what are the predominant thoughts that person has about the collective that's tapped into this video. Pile 1, pile 2, and for pile 3, spirits. Perfect. Thank you so much. We are so blessed. All right. Interesting. They all came up in the upright, and we have the moon and the sun on the back of these cards, which is beautiful. Okay, so if you know right now which pile you're connected to, use your intuition, and I will put the timestamp in the description box in the pinned comment below. For those of you guys needing a little bit more guidance, we'll reveal these right away. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Okay, for option 1, self-care, spoil yourself in the moonlight. Option number 2, new beginnings. From chaos comes calm. Option number 3, the dark. Take a moment to sit under the star-speckled sky, listening to crickets and breathing in the cool night air. All right, so self-care, new beginnings, and the dark. I'll leave the video running for a bit. If you're stuck, close your eyes, open your eyes. Whichever pile you are drawn to will most likely be the energy that's resonating for you. Okay, if you're called to multiple piles, it's absolutely fine. It could be multiple aspects of the same connection. It could be your energy and your person's energy and multiple piles. Okay, I'll see you at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1, you guys picked the card of self-care. Spoil yourself in the moonlight. And we'll be using the Slow Tarot for clarification. I have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at these. Use this opportunity for the card layouts to tap into your intuition. What you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this is your pile or not. Okay, because I won't be doing an energy check. So we want to know the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and what it is that this person predominantly thinks about when it comes to you and the connection between you and this person. Okay, so you can skip ahead if you feel you're connected to your intuition, although I can't promise you that channeling doesn't come through for the card layout. So let's put your self-care right over here by my animals, which I still have up. Okay, let's take a look. We have Mars, number 5. Mars is a ruling planet for Aries, Scorpio energies, masculine energy. We have the Shaman, number 16, or the number 7. Some Cancer energy. And we have Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So some Leo. So we have all fire signs out. Actually, we don't have Sagittarius yet. I don't know what I'm saying. Aries, Leo, Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio, even with this Shaman energy. Okay, let's keep going. We have Orphaned, number 5. So 2 5s. 5 5's a master number. Change is the only constant, divinely orchestrated change. And we have 3, reach out. So 3 is the number of growth, relationships, creativity, joy, and communication, self-expression, groups, and fun. Okay, and then we have movement. So 8 wands energy, love the green. Green is heart chakra. And we have surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. And then you can own your power and soar in your life. Lots of fall time energy here. So we did have some Scorpio energy. Definitely could be a fall birthday. Okay, October, November on this side of the hemisphere anyway. September, October, November. Lots of burnt oranges here. We have, I just want you all the time, number 8. So we're getting 8 wands from here. So 88, a higher calling that is grounded in self-awareness and reverence for life with the master number 88. 8's about movement, strength. And the Leo energy is about strength as well. This came up as pride. Okay, 8 is also about change. And this is surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. So that would require some change. All the 5s are definitely about change. Okay, about change, loss, conflict, rebuilding. You see this hands kind of as stairs here. So there could be some form of building up, stacking up. Number 4, I lie awake thinking about our future. Okay, 4 is Aries energy. And also more Scorpio. Okay, and then we have this abstract card right here. This person's arms are outstretched. Looks like the sun behind them or a big eye. See the sky and the grass. And we have this abstract card. And it looks like the same color as the sun and the sky here. This person looks like they're holding up the sky. It's kind of giving me the yin-yang, which we were getting from the back of this with the sun and the moon. Feminine, masculine. Okay, and then we have strength. Interesting, because Leo energy was pulling through this pride. Okay, 38, or the number 11. So 11 is a master number, divine inspiration, synchronicity, and encouragement to keep going. It says the frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all our qualities and skills towards a strong and balanced way of being. And we have new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work, prospects, or for spiritual growth. Number 26, or another 8. So we were getting 8s here. Got 888. 3 8s. Okay, some of you guys might be a life path 8 or your person. We have the waker. And look at this eye. So this was kind of giving me the eye as well, which is intuitive. So shamans could definitely be intuitive. Okay, I'm getting some Pisces energy. Some high priestess says the waker. Did I say walker? Waker. I don't know what I said. The waker. Awareness and reflection. All the clouds, and the eye is seeing through all these clouds. Getting some Aquarius energy from this star as well here. So lots of signs pulling through. There's confirmation 16, so tower energy. Okay, tower's also with the number 7, which I did feel over here somewhere. I don't remember which one it was. This one, tower energy. So it says temporality, ego level, future, forthcoming, tomorrow, ulterior destiny, prospect, afterwards. Type 7, enthusiast, thinking center between pleasure and pain. More green, heart chakra. Cancer energy pulling through, and then more green. 106, another 7. So we have 2 7s beside each other, 77. Trust of the fall, an adventure that arises from deep wisdom, trust of life, and trust of self. Tempered love, love including others, empathetic love, realistic love, cool love, committed love, love in the present. Type 7 enthusiast, thinking center between pleasure and pain. Okay, since we have room, I'm going to do this. And then we will pull the tarot after we start to channel some of this. If you want, you can skip ahead. And I don't know where I put my wand. All right, grab a new one. All right. Okay, it's really cute. This person is looking at your potential, okay? So like I said, you can crisscross it because this could be how you're seeing the person on your mind. All right, if that's the way it is, you can check out another pile to see how the person on your mind sees you. Lots of love here with the green. Green is the heart ray, okay, or the heart chakra, which is the green ray. And this is all about unconditional love. So we see tempered love here, all the different types of love. Okay, this person feels as though you might be challenged currently in the moment in regards to allowing yourself to love and be loved. That in order for you to be loved and share your love, most likely with this person, and it could be just in your life in general as they observe you, but I do feel it's, them feeling this off of you. It's like you having to sort of face something in regards to your own ego, your own. And when people hear ego, they automatically think arrogance. Okay. And that's not necessarily what this is. An ego could be, or is, I should say, is an identity that we develop to protect ourselves. That's what an ego is. Okay. It tries to keep us safe. Although it is just a story in our mind that we concoct. And sometimes we identify and create those protective mechanisms when we experience suffering, when we experience hurts. And so this person might know of a past that you've been hurt or suspects that you've been hurt in the past. This says abandoned. Abandoned. Oh my goodness, this orphaned, which I'm channeling here, that they feel as though you might have experienced abandonment at some point in time that's left you challenged. Okay, so either you come from a broken home or you come from a relationship in which you've been left or maybe just felt abandoned, not understood, not loved in the past, and it's hurt you. And you've developed some form of courage and strength to be able to cope with that pain or that abandonment, feeling alone and isolated. This person doesn't want you to feel alone and isolated. This person most likely wants to give you love. But this person feels as though there is some form of waiting here, waiting for you to heal or waiting for you to come into an energy of recognition that you're worthy of love and receiving this love. This person wants to get going. This person wants to engage with you. This person's also seeing this connection as leveling up or taking a lot of steps in growth. And this person feels as though this connection will give you the opportunity to love again or to experience a new kind of love, maybe something you haven't experienced, to give you hope, to allow you to enjoy what it's like to truly love from a healthy place. So there's no question here about this person's intention to give you love and to authentically experience this with you. But there does seem to be an observation, like I said, of you maybe shutting yourself off from this. And so this person wants you to trust. And in order to trust, I do feel like this might be taking some time, and that throughout this time period that there needs to be them sort of allowing you to love yourself, to care for yourself, to invest in yourself. And by them sort of showing you or extending this trust, it's giving you this permission, if you will, to love yourself, to take the time to care for yourself without pressure or without feeling obligation. But that there is a part of you maybe that hasn't been able to go after your vision, your dreams, or your desires, or your hopes, that you've maybe settled in some way in your world to what is, in order to protect yourself and keep things sort of status quo. And that potentially, as a result of you connecting with this person, it's pushed you outside of your comfort zone potentially, or to change certain parts of yourself that might be difficult for you to fully accept, or maybe initially has been very difficult for you to accept. But I do feel that this person sees that there's been progress and there's been healing. They also see you as somebody here who is very healing inside, a true gem here, okay? And they do see you as someone very powerful, someone very courageous in order for you to accomplish your dreams, that you just need to connect to this part of yourself, which maybe has been taking some time for you to see it or allow yourself to accept that. And so this might pose as a challenge, you know, speaking your truth or going after what you want. And so there seems to be, like I said in the card layout, there was like a full-time energy coming through here, which is like shedding of the old, you know, like the old version of you that was unhealed, or the old version of you that you've outgrown. This part of you is falling away, but in order for it to fall away, there needs to be regeneration, regrowth. And this regrowth is taking some time, but they see you as being someone who is becoming a better version of yourself. And well, they do see a lot of growth here through challenge and struggle. And they do see you here as somebody who's come from a position, again, of not trusting, maybe feeling very isolated, feeling cold, feeling like there was no one to trust, and feeling kind of stuck. There's this stuck energy, you know, and maybe you've been a little cold or a little stuck for some time, maybe before meeting this person, but now the energy seems to be falling away, like there's a lot of leaves falling here, you know. And maybe this person is coming through, like showing me this tower energy, which is like the presence of this connection has sort of shaken your world in some way to make these changes for the better. But in order to do this, it would require you to face your strength and your courage, which would require you to face your ego. And this ego that you've created as an identity to protect yourself from not getting hurt might be something that takes some time to fall away. You know, like I could do it myself. I don't need anyone, or I'm good as I am. And that would be pride talking. And knowing that you're worthy to accept love and give love just like everyone else, and that it's not reserved for certain people or individuals, or you don't have to reach a certain state of acceptance in order for this to come to you, and that you just need to see it. You know, you just need to see it, and you need to, I see a closed hand and an open hand. So I feel like there's been some Four Pentacle energy here in holding back and holding on to the comfort zone, to the safe spot, to the spot that feels like it's protecting you. And so there's a need to surrender and to open your hands to receive what this person, I do feel, was wanting to share with you. I am getting a 4 cups energy though, okay, from your person. And so this 4 cups is like feeling potentially rejected, or feeling like now's maybe not the time. Something's pushed out to the future. Maybe they feel it's unrequited love, or like I can't love you because you're not ready to receive it, or you're not fully invested, you know? So it seems to be a transition with the fall time period, like I said. But I do feel like this person's sort of a little bit defensive, maybe in regards to what has happened in the past. Because I do feel from the body language here that this person could be a little guarded now. Maybe, you know, they've experienced pain in this connection with you, or just from observation, they're a little bit guarded here. But I do feel like this person's ready to move forward. And I feel like this person might have had to learn how to love you in a way that was your love language. Because I do feel like this person does seem like someone here who maybe had an understanding of how to love you, or how they wanted to share love with you. And it might have backfired in some way. Like I said, that 4 cups energy is like maybe they felt like you turned them down, or they felt rejected in some way here. So there is this unconditional love with all this heart chakra, like I said, that this person wants to move forward with. I do feel like this person feels very attached to you emotionally from a heart space here. This person, like does feel a little bit like they want to spend all their time with you. I do feel like a clingy type energy here, you know, like they love spending time with you. They want to be with you. They want to be next to you. They want to hold you. And I feel like this person does feel like they're at a distance from you. And I don't know if it's geographically or if it's just emotionally. And they're looking and they're waiting. I feel like there's this like, when, you know, like I'm ready to go, but when. And sort of seeing you from a distance here. So yeah, there's a lot about future. Okay. And I do feel like this person might be somebody who has some form of inner knowing with this intuitive eye. Like I said, I was getting High Priestess, which is listening to their intuition about how to engage in this connection. There needed to be some form of balance, okay, with this connection, tempered love. And I was getting the yin yang from this, in order for things to progress in a healthy, healed way. And maybe they felt like this connection might have been something that moved too fast, or was moving too fast for you in order to have progress. You know, I don't know if it's been very slow and they just wanted it to go fast, or it was going fast and it created this form of, I don't know, like dynamic between you and this person. I do feel like this person feels like they're holding space for you, is kind of what I feel. And it does feel very heavy at times here, but I feel like this person is like interjecting themselves somehow in the energy, getting in between you and, I don't know, something here. But it feels like it's the energy feels heavy, and it feels like this person might feel very alone here in this space. But it does seem like this person is accepting, and it does feel like this person is wanting to help genuinely. And this person does seem like they are still trying to work through maybe their intuition and understanding shadow parts of this connection and shadow parts of themselves that might have got in the way of this connection. So you guys might have had to learn, like I said, through history here. Maybe there's been a lot of arguments, or maybe this person's shadow's been triggered, you know, by this connection or by your pains. Something here might have really, like I said, reflected back to this person, this shadow of theirs. Okay, this person certainly could have been awakened by this connection with the intuitive eye, like I said, and this awareness and reflection. And I feel like the reflection really is this person being in an energy of observation based on your interaction with this person, and this connection has really reflected something back to this person. I'm not sure exactly what's been reflected back to this person. It could be a greater truth of who they are or something more. I'm not sure. Okay, but something's definitely been reflected back. And I don't know, like I'm hearing here, it's a matter of time here. And like, I'm not sure they know how long that they have to wait. Like there does seem to be a waiting game, and it's like, I'll wait here until I can't, because I do feel like this person feels like there's a time where they cannot wait anymore. And I don't know if it's because of, well, it doesn't feel like it's their own decision or their own accord. It feels to me like this person feels like the weight is sort of crashing down on them, and that at any time, like the window of opportunity here might just elude them or might just slip by. And so there might be some worry about this, like how long is too long? And like holding the space or holding this window of opportunity open, them sort of being in that driver's seat of holding it open. That's the part that they're questioning. Like, can they wait there for a while longer? And how long do they wait there? And they don't know that they see a sign of you there. Yeah. So I don't know, like I think this person has had to be courageous themselves in order for them to maybe face their shadow, which could certainly be their own abandonment wounds. Maybe this person also feels like they've been, like I said, with the 4 cups, maybe let down by you or rejected by you. And so it could have certainly triggered their abandonment. Okay, so we could be dealing with like an anxious attachment and like an avoidant attachment. This person could have been somebody who's had to deal with their anxious style, because I was getting some form of clingy love over here. Okay, but I do feel like this connection is very healing with this shaman energy. It's been very therapeutic. I do feel like for the both of you guys. And yeah, I feel like it's been very painful here, but it's been about surrendering the ego and stepping into the courage in order to face the shadow and to connect to the intuition. So this is how this person is sort of what they feel like they've learned. Yeah, now it's flipping on me, the energy. Interesting. Now I'm seeing that this person feels like they've been awakened to this connection. They've been working through their ascension. They've been working through their ego and their shadow, which again came through a lot of healing. They've had to shed their old self. So this feels very mirrored. But I do feel like this person has had to also maybe confront and speak their truths, and like actually, I don't know, go out of their own comfort zone in order to approach you or even to engage in this connection in some way. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, clear and concise message with the tarot. We'll get some more. I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual growth happening here on this person's side that they've have gone through as a result of knowing you in this connection. And there's a lot of emphasis on a pending future of being together or experiencing love together, a more healed version or a more balanced version of love when the timing is right, in which they're saying here that they feel like you're the one sort of maybe delaying or not ready. Okay, so Spirit, clear and concise message for gorgeous angels. Pile number 1, person they came here about. Can we dive into person on their mind and their predominant thoughts about pile 1 when it comes to this connection? Oh, the sticker fell off one of those cards. We'll put it back. I covered up the nudity because the YouTube overlords do not like nudity. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is giving me that sort of feeling rejected energy. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sag, which was the energy that was first pulling through when I laid the cards. I said all the fire signs are here except for Sag. Now we have Sagittarius. So yeah, this person might feel like I'm just really getting like an ego that was preventing there being a union, a balanced, loving coming together. So a false self or a false narrative that might have to fall away, that this person could have certainly have had an ego and has been sort of transmuting this ego, but also that you've been maybe not authentically yourself. And what this resulted in is you not being able to express yourself to this person in regards to maybe showing an appreciation or telling them that you're attracted to them, or maybe showing this person that they are of value in some way. Like this person feels like they're rejected here. Okay, but the Queen of Wands in reverse is like the mask that we wear. Like I said, that identity with the ego. Okay, I don't know if this person maybe feels to you like they're maybe upset or have been upset by this in the past. 3 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like this connection can't come to a balanced union between you and this person because of this ego or because of this other energy here that needs to be healed. And so if some of you guys feel like this person and you are not on good terms, this person is, okay, now I'm getting a lot of messages here. So if you and this person are not on good terms because you might have, I don't know, done something to this person from their perspective that might have not appreciated them, or you rejected them or made them feel in a certain way, this person's keeping their distance here because they feel like, again, they were rejected by you, or like the best thing to do was to pull away. And like I said, some of them were feeling very guarded and defensive here. Okay. I do feel like you, from this person's point of view, could be somebody here who is incapable of sharing emotionally on a one-on-one because of the abandonment here that I was feeling from this orphan card and this hurts from the past. And so you might have relationships around you that might be superficial, or that you have a challenge to choose this connection, and you might be either very, very isolated or removed. Okay, or you might superficially sort of hang out and go out with a bunch of people here and focus on things here that don't require you to commit or to open up the heart space. And so this could be a lot of friends, a lot of partying, a lot of drinking, you know, but it's giving me a lot of avoidance. However you avoid being intimate or having a 2 cups, this is the mask and this is the self that needs to sort of fall away in order to be able to give and receive love from a healed place. This is the healing that sort of needs to happen here. Okay. And so this person sees you as someone here who has chosen in the past, specifically here showing other connections or things that were more lighthearted or things that might have seemed more immediate in fulfilling you, but not necessarily deeply fulfilling or truthful when it comes to the authentic choice. Okay. Which would be the ego choosing out of fear and out of hurts. So we have the King of Cups. No, sorry, King of Coins. I said the King of Cups. King of Coins in reverse. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So I'm getting a lot of downloads here. Just let me pull all the cards, okay? Why is this Queen of Wands here in reverse? Why is this King of Coins here in reverse? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the King of Swords. Wow, lots of kings and queens. We have the Page of Coins in reverse. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have the Page of Swords. Oh my goodness, this is the cutest card in this deck. This is why I bought this deck. Look at how adorable this card is. Just love it. Reminds me of my daughter. So cute. All right. And then we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. And we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, which is right on top of this tempered love. And at the top of the 10 of Cups in reverse. Very interesting. Spirit's funny. Okay. What's under this Page of Wands? The Emperor. That's this energy with Mars. Aries energy, Divine Masculine. Okay. Just give me a second here, but I am getting a lot of downloads. Okay. This person loves you. Okay. They certainly love you. This person feels almost like maybe the other woman in your world, you know, maybe they felt like they weren't prioritized or chosen again. You chose your friends, or you chose to party, or you chose to not connect for whatever reason that this person might have had to overcome or had to work through, which I feel is this triggering of the shadow that I kept feeling here. Okay, but despite that, this person feels a lot of love for you, a lot of compassion. Okay, but they see you as someone here who might be seeing yourself as somebody who isn't able to commit, because you might not see yourself as someone who is reliable or somebody who can go the long run here. And that's how you're seeing yourself. And that you are having to finally understand or see a truth that you'll eventually come to understand. Even if you're an ego right now, it's like they know that the truth will prevail, the logical truth here. Okay. And like, even though there's emotions here and love and all this, now this person is saying, despite all the emotionally charged feelings here and the potential here to have a 10 cups and all of this, they're really sort of relying on the truth being understood and seen by you, and that you're maybe finally starting to understand, or that you will finally understand that you're blocked here when it comes to investing in this connection to grow from a Page of Pentacles to this King of Pentacles. Okay, would be like the journey from Page to King of the 3D sort of investment and commitment and making this thing a reality, which was really coming from the future and this star I was seeing here. Like, yeah, and then I lie awake thinking about her future. So the predominant thoughts of this person is about you seeing the potential and how you can understand how to get there. That they see you as somebody who could do this and would do this and would be happy to do this and a potential for this. And all signs point to yes about this for this person, because they love you and they're there for you and they're excited about this. But they're saying, in order for you to do this, you have to see it within yourself. You have to grab it. You have to be assertive enough and commit and know and understand and finally be truthful about your position in investing in this future and building with them, to sort of say, yes, I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to build. I'm ready to take the steps. And that's why we were seeing the stairs here, or the progression, the steps required in order to go again from a page to a King of Pentacles in this 3D world, to make it a reality, a tangible reality, this connection, because there is a potential of a happily ever after with this person, a family that you guys can build or share together, that the emotions could come together here once the practical falls into place, and that there needs to be the healing done with this Temperance. Okay. And so, like we talked about, the areas where this person sees that you need to heal or shed or let go of old ways. They really feel like your outdated beliefs are, it says about yourself, but it's like it's stemmed from yourself. It's an understanding of how you see yourself that is getting in the way, that was created by the ego that says, I cannot have a 2 cups. I'm only worthy of the relationships that I am engaged with, at the expense of me being happy. And I need to understand this and work through this in order for me to show up for this person, because this person feels like if you were to show up, which they see that you could, that it would be a balanced union here that would really reach its potential. But now it's just blocked here. And it's blocked here until you fully grasp this understanding, and that it's going to take you to finally open your hand to receive and understand this and welcome it and not be guarded about it. And so this person wants to, like, they're excited here, and I do feel like they want to talk about their love for you, and they feel like really your energy again would be someone here who is the only one in your driver's seat. Like, I'm getting a lot of the ego energy with the Emperor, the Emperor, strength and pride, and this Mars Aries, which is really saying like you have to have sort of the initiative to want to go after it, and they're not sure that you're there yet. Like whatever is in your mind about how you think you see yourself is an old version of you that is either dying away or needs to fall away with all this full-time energy, something that you're healing or need to heal. But either way, and some of you guys might already be sort of taking the initiative slowly here, but I do feel with this in the reverse here, this is in the past position, it's like you've been guarding the tangible progress here and the opportunity here that's been getting in the way of commitment, been getting in the way of the future built for your own reasons that maybe you haven't yet been able to explain to this person, or like have them see or understand this, but they seem to make up a story here as to why you're like this. And I don't think they really are too hung up on the whys so much as really hanging on to a vision of a potential that they see and that they want, that can only come when you show up here. And right now you're incapable of showing up in a reliable energy of commitment when you're more focused on the things here that might be a little more shallow, And and like I keep saying, like we're choosing that because the ego creates this protective wear that we have, the skin that we wear, this story we tell ourselves about ourselves that we're only worthy of this type of a connection in order to keep us safe again, because we've been abandoned, we've been orphaned, or we've been hurt. And so this is the false self that we wear, the one that thinks and convinces itself that it doesn't need a 2 cups, or that it won't be happy, or that it might get rejected or shot down or let down. And maybe this is why you've rejected this person, and so you see yourself as, I'm not the commitment type, or I'm not the type of person who could be relied upon, or who can get there, or who can do it, or who has the courage to do this, or the strength to do it, or the ambition to do it, or the know-how to do it. And it's like, well, that's just a thought. Challenge that thought, look through that ego. And they do feel like you'll see through it because the truth will prevail here, but it's like, it's holding up this beautiful happily ever after. I do feel like this person really enjoys your company. That's coming through very strong. So either way, I feel like this person does enjoy you. They're very excited here. And then there's love. So I feel like they enjoy you as a friend, and they are attracted to you. And I do feel like they see you as a masculine energy here, whether you're, again, born female or male. They do see you as a masculine energy who is attractive, who excites this person, and they feel a lot of love here for you. So, and they might see you here as somebody who might be a little bit, I don't know if it's like, I feel like it's, we're missing cups, okay? Like the only cups I see here, 3 of cups, and it's in the reverse. And I'm seeing pages, which is like, in this cup, but this is like talking about your person's cup. So it's like you're emotionally immature when it comes to like being able to trust your emotions. It hasn't been developed. Like that's the thing you're healing, is your emotional body and your ability to trust your emotions and speak your emotions. And it's like you're more mind than you are heart. And that's calling the shots here. But it's the ego that's doing that, not the heart that's doing that. And that's why all this heart energy was coming through with the green, because I do feel like this person does feel like if it were up to emotions, like you would connect with them as well with this 10 cups. but it's like your logical brain covered with the veil of the ego is making these decisions. And that when the ego falls, the authentic self will be showing. And you will see that you're the one who's capable of like progressing this thing, and that it will, like this page to this King of Coins is this step-by-step sort of energy to build the future you guys want. Like it's for you to grasp. It's for you to move forward with this thing. It's not really in this person's hands or this person's ability right now. Yeah. So this is what I see. Pile number 1. I hope this helped you. I love you very much. I'll see you at the next one. All right. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2. You guys picked the new beginnings, from chaos comes calm. We're looking at the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and what is this person's predominant thoughts when it comes to you and the connection with you. This could be how they see you. This could be how they're feeling about the connection. I don't know what's going to pull through, but it could be reversed, meaning how you're seeing your person or your predominant thoughts. Okay, if that's the way it comes out, you can go check out another pile. Okay, so if you're, I'm not going to be doing an energy check. So if you are wanting to know if this is your pile, I do suggest you sit through the card layout, come up with what you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this is your pile or not. Okay, I'll put a timestamp below if you want to go straight away to the channel's message, although I can't guarantee you the channeling won't come through as I lay these cards out. Okay, so new beginnings, from chaos comes calm. Interesting. Let's keep going. So we have winter. That's cool because pile 1, we had a lot of fall time energy coming through. Now we have winter. Okay, so card 16. So 16 is the number 7. So Cancer energy. We have some Tower energy. All right, and we have Kairos with 76. So that's the number 13, some Scorpio energy, or some Aries as well. Look at all this color. It's so, I'm going to close the door. Give me a second. It's so interesting that the color theme for 1 was like burnt oranges. This is like whites and blues, which is very wintry. So there might be a winter birthday or an anniversary here. So November, December, January, February, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere here, could be significant here, winter months. Okay, but again, could be metaphoric here. So we have a new beginning, which would come after this winter period. Let's see. So we have adversity. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. So we have Ace of Swords, which is a new beginning through adversity. So if something frozen, something coming melted maybe. Let's see. Poised, 48, or the number 12. So we have some Pisces energy, some Hangman energy. And we have awaiting results, number 7 again. So 7 is Cancer energy, which is interesting because 7's chariots, but I'm not feeling any movement here at all so far with poise, all this frozen energy, awaiting results is like awaiting. So maybe we have a reverse chariot here. See this tree, and this tree has no leaves, although on either side we have luscious trees here. Should be in a new beginning. All this abundance, and this tree is again barren, just like this tree. There's no leaves. Trees talk about health, family lineage. Trees talk about stability. Let's keep going. We have believe and succeed, number 6. Okay. And we have rest. 4 swords energy. It's very still energy here. Although 6 is giving me 6 swords, which is a slow movement. Okay, and then we have surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of time. This attitude will help you connected. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Interesting, because we have this ship kind of talking about flow. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. So something needs flowing here. I feel there's a bottleneck of sorts here. And what's going on here? Okay, happiness is my priority. Okay, with another 3. Unless you're feeling 3 from this 84, or sorry, 48. I don't know, I'm reading it backwards. So 3s are all about creativity, joy, communication, self-expression, fun, okay, growth, relationships, the initial success, which we have new beginning. Okay, and then we have 8, I'm too afraid to talk to you. Okay, we'll see what's this person too afraid to tell you. Happiness is my priority, and I'm too afraid to talk to you. All right, then we have this oracle card, kind of giving me peacock energy with the leaves in the background. Peacock could be symbolic of ego. Hot to cold, because we're getting the flame to the cold winter energy. Interesting. Okay, and then we have this oracle card with this person standing in the water, and we have these like orange ball looking like things, which could be the sun, but there's so many of them, so more of this orangey energy. Waters could symbolize emotions. This person is sort of waiting in the water. I gotta check that buzz. I have my phone on vibrate because I'm waiting for my kids to mail me. Just one sec. Okay, sorry about that. So let's take a look. So we have first chakra. The energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. Yeah, so the first chakra is the root chakra. And so this could certainly be, sorry, a hair there, with the reds and the oranges here, the lower chakras here. And then we see it sort of, well, it'd be the other way around, but we see it with the blues and the purples on the other side here. I feel like this person could certainly be working through some first chakra blockages and be challenged with some form of communication here. Okay, let's keep going here. We have practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective. So we had hangman energy there. 15 is devil energy, Capricorn energy. Yeah, hangman and devil. So we have Pisces, Capricorn. We have the herald, small regrets and longing. So we have the intuitive eye, a bunch of snakes, which could talk about healing, shedding the false self or the skin, the old self. And we have the hare or the rabbit. Rabbits sometimes could indicate new beginnings, fertility. Okay, but I generally read it as divine timing. It could even be somebody skittish. They're running away here, some sort of running energy. Now we have poised, though. So maybe someone who's ran in the past. Okay, let's see. We have separation, 63, fundamental injury, stress level. It says estrangement, divorce, loss, grief, breakup, and departure. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting oneself. So 9 is hermit energy, also moon energy, which we're really getting with the water here, emotions. Cancer, Virgo. And we have secret relationship, difficult event, stress level 76, or the number 4. Hidden relationship, forbidden affair, adultery, a flame, a lover, mistress, and unofficial couple. Type 4, the individualist, emotional center between lack and abundance. So 4 is the emperor and death. Okay, so we have some divine masculine energy and some transformation with the snake here. It's all about shedding with that death. Okay, so Scorpio and Aries energy. So don't read words literally here. Although I do feel like maybe there's something unofficial about this connection or secret. And then we have injustice 62, or the number 8, fundamental injury, abuse of power, malevolence, harm, persecution, mistreatment, feeling victimized. Type 8 is challenger, instinctive center between strength and weakness. Wow. And I'm getting Scorpio from this dark border here, shadowy energy. Okay, and I'm also getting solar plexus here, which is some ego energy and ego from the 8. 8 is about movement, change, attainment. It is Leo. It's also Aquarius energy. So I won't pull any tarot right just yet, but let's tap into this. You guys can go straight away to the channeled message as I sit with this energy to see what comes through. Okay. Beautiful angels. I feel like this person has a mixture of what it is their predominant thoughts are when it comes to you in this connection. I think it's about how it makes them feel in some way. Okay. I feel like this person in the past, because this is giving me past energy, although it's right here, because it does say small regrets and longing. I feel like the small regrets is this person in the past might have been somebody who was avoiding or running from this connection. Okay, they could have just been, if it's a new connection and they haven't really ran from you, they might have experienced this in passing connections, avoidance, running, not confronting. Okay, and so this stays with this person's energy of an understanding of how they engage in connection. But I do feel for a lot of you guys, it's how they've reacted or how they've been with you. Okay, so this person holds that energy because it's an experience that they had where they might have been running, but they're seeing this as something that they do regret doing because it might have been something that has been very hurtful. Okay, and this might have been something that's created a break in trust or a lot of grief or a lot of breakups. Even for a lot of you guys, it could be that you guys are in separation because of this, you know. But I do feel like this person was in that energy because of past experiences, which I don't see here. Okay, I don't see what's happened. We're not looking at subconscious and why this person runs or is avoidant or is sort of skittish here. This person just is in an energy or has been in a very challenging energy to actually talk to you. And what are they wanting to talk to you about? The truth, their feelings. I think this person was needing to get balanced and sorted and understood. And so there was nothing really for them to be able to say to you when they themselves were sort of disconnected or removed from understanding how they feel. I feel like this person might be somebody here who doesn't really know how to take the emotions and turn them into communication or into words. Okay, and so I do feel like if this is more future energy for some of you guys, but I do feel like for, I don't know where you guys are on your timeline, so this is why I'm giving you guys sort of this perspective on it, because it's both energies showing present here. I do feel like this person is working through balancing the challenges that have kept them very stuck in the past to a newer way, a newer understanding of themselves so that they can be more balanced when it comes to how they engage with you. This is taking some time or has taken time or will take time. Okay. I have to preface it this way because I do feel like this person has a lot of blocks or has had a lot of blocks in the first chakra, which is the root chakra, not feeling safe, maybe self-loathing, or maybe a lack of like trust in falling in love, or that people are looking out for their best interest. And so this person did have a lack of confidence as well here with this solar plexus. Okay, but I feel like through time, this person has been able to sort of accept parts of themselves, which maybe has been rejected or blocked or not seen or touched for some time, maybe through a mirror and a reflection of this connection to them. Through time, through love, through patience and compassion, this person has been able to sort of work through this, or it has been sorting through this. I do feel with this devil energy and this right next to this root chakra, this could manifest in addictions, you know, this could manifest in distractions. This could manifest in very unhealthy ways that we deal with things. We're incapable of communicating authentic truth, so we run, or we avoid, or we distract, or we numb ourselves. There's a lot of that sort of energy here. And so I feel like this person might be seeing that they've been heavy in that energy, and it's been impacting this connection from coming together. And like I said, for a lot of you guys, maybe it's led to a lot of separation or grief or breakups. And so I do feel like this person, it says afraid to talk to you. And I do feel like right by the water here, because water always gives me moon energy. And the moon does talk about fears. It's like the fear would be to reveal their deepest emotions and come clean with truths about this, would be their deepest fears. And so therefore this connection seems to be something that is on the like a hidden, not on the forefront, maybe not even official. Okay, unofficial couple here. Some of you guys could be in a third party, but you'd know about it. This isn't a surprise about it. Okay, and so this connection would stand to reason it'd have to be sort of kept on the low. But it's like this person feels like there's really an energy here of, until they're feeling worthy and deserving of a relationship, it's like I can't make it official, or I'm not calling it out just yet. You know, which they feel might have been something that's created pain for you and separation again in this connection, because this person has not been able to make it official or been able to come out and engage and express and acknowledge. Okay, and so they're seeing this as unfair, but I do feel like, I'm so sorry. I don't know if there is, because I'm getting a lot of energy in regards to it being unfair, but I also feel like this person might be a little bit in a victim mindset here, feeling like, I'm going to have to pull more with the tarot to dive into this injustice, but I feel it's like the seeing things from a fresh perspective, this injustice and this adversity, which is giving me an Ace of Swords. I feel like this person was seeing this connection as something that was threatening in the past, threatening maybe their, I don't know, something in their world. And I'm not sure what it was threatening. You know, if they were in another connection, obviously, then it'd be threatening their stability, but it's their stagnancy. I feel like this person was shutting themselves out in a very stuck sort of way. So now let's jump over here, because this is like the predominant energy, which I was more picking it apart over here. But the big predominant energy here is this stuck energy with this winter. It's like settling with coldness, settling with stuckness, settling with people, situations, circumstances that aren't warm, that aren't loving, that aren't giving this person any real substance here. And this person has been making do. And I don't know if they've been just convincing themselves or telling themselves that that's what they deserve, or that's all that they can generate or cultivate. But they were fighting for this. Like, I feel like this person was maybe very defensive about acknowledging. Yeah, now I know why this feeling victimized is. It's like this connection, by acknowledging it, by admitting that there's something here or making it official. I'd have to acknowledge the energy that I've been in or that I'm still in and refusing to let go of or move from, that it's not fulfilling, it's not loving and warm and caring. And if I admit this, it might be pretty traumatic to acknowledge that I've been mishandling myself by staying put here or allowing myself to accept this, you know. It's very hurtful when we realize that we've been not wanting to accept truths, because I do feel like this person hasn't allowed themselves to feel love and abundance. And like there's this warmth that's been cultivating like a fire from within them. And I do feel like it's been burning through a lot of their blocks in their root chakra. In regards to this connection, I'm seeing like heating up slowly, very slowly, in this person's world, thawing it out so that they can actually see the truth. Because to rip that Band-Aid off could be very devastating to this person, because their whole life has been constructed in a way to support this world of theirs. And I feel like this person might have been making all reasons in the world why this is legitimate or valid or good or their choice or whatever, at the expense of having a happy future. Emotionally, I want to say hot here, because I do feel like it's been very cold and stuck and stagnant. And so this connection has given this person hope for what could be possible for this person. And I do feel like this person maybe was really stuck with just a vision and a dream of what could be possible in the future for a long time. Because I do feel like making this a reality might be something that is very difficult for this person to do, or has been difficult for them to do. It's time for this person to have a new beginning and to acknowledge the truth, even if it's painful, about the world that they live in. And what they've been doing and are doing here, I think, is still a form of accepting their old world as the way it is here. And what they're trying to do here is like generate the new without sort of giving up the old completely. And I don't know if this is the way that they're supposed to do it, or Spirit's been guiding them to do this. And it's like there's this like, I'll know when is the right time to maybe make this official, or to when I'll get there fully 2 feet. But I feel like it's like the safety net of keeping the other world around them. And what's really kind of weird is this is a very interesting energy to read. I'm seeing like this tree with no leaves, this tree with no leaves, okay? Here I'm getting it as the truth, right under this sort of truth and this adversity. It's been painful for them to be frozen and unloved, and in that environment, they wouldn't say this, okay, but it's the reality. Like Spirit's coming through as the objective truth here. And now this connection, which is full of fire here, I feel, and full of emotions and love and truth, is actually abundance, warmth. And this person is sort of seeing it as the tree with the no leaves, and that their current environment has to be around. And they're seeing their current environment as the thing that's like sustaining them, the vitality, but it's not. So I think there's, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it's definitely coming through like a download here. And so there might be a misconception or a true in denial about their current environment, and maybe seeing that they need it, or that it's giving them some form of vitality when it really is not. And that this connection would be something that would have to slowly grow leaves or be a new beginning. But it's like, it's only slow because this person still has their feet in the other world. like this is, I don't know, it seems almost like in both worlds and still very slowly stuck. So what they want you to know, I feel here, if they were to talk to you, is that they do want to be happy. And they might feel like you think that they are making decisions just out of habit or willy-nilly, or that they're not content or something like this, because I think you see the winter, the stuckness, and the lack of warmth in their environment here, but they see their environment as something that's been providing in some way something to them that they see as it being nurturing, whatever it might be. It might just be nurturing the illusion, nurturing the past of the story or the identity that they're attached to. And so they believe that's to be of value, even if it's not anything, you know. We can't put value to something that someone else has a story around. And that's how I see it. It's like they're putting value on something. And so maybe you see through that thing. But what they want you to know is like they are thinking that that is for the highest, and that is their happiness, and this is why they're doing it this way. And it seems to be a lot of justification of what's not working in their world. That's what I'm getting. And then telling you that they're aligned to the highest for themselves, which would be how they're engaged with you. And that's not necessarily true. Like, they don't know that it's not true, but Spirit's showing here it's not true. It's just a defense mechanism here. I feel for this person to be able to play it safe and keep it safe. And it does feel like take their time or drag their feet in some way here. And it could be because this person is still sorting through their balance. But I feel like Spirit's really coming through that even if this person was worked through their balance, it's more than that. Like, this person has to admit truths to themselves about their current state and what they're experiencing and what this connection is. And I do feel like this person is still sort of not doing that. And I do feel like they're it's like, again, I'm getting two energy, like two modes that this person could be in, because it's like, even if they see it, it's like they might turn a blind eye to it or not want to acknowledge and accept and receive it. And the injustice is coming through because maybe this person feels unworthy or like they don't deserve it yet, you know? And so some of you guys, it could be because of how they acted in the past with this running away or this avoidance. Avoidance is like, I'm not fully deserving it yet, or I got to make do for it yet, or I have to be in a certain energy first. And it's like, it's too good for me to jump into. And yeah, now I know. Sorry, I know this is weird. Now I know why this person is sort of thinking their environment is this like vitality, because it's like, it's not that they see it as green and then your energy or this connection is like empty, but it's like where my environment is like, I just heard a dirty dog. So I don't know what that means, but it's like I must stay in the environment that suits my energy. And this connection is something that this person hasn't surrendered to with the wonder and awe here, which is like maybe how they're seeing it is like it's too good for them to pursue and engage. And so right now in my environment is like, I'm thriving here in some way, but can I thrive in your world? Would I be able to thrive in your world with the energy that I'm in and that I've proven to be? Because this person feels a little bit incapable and that they'd have to work through belief in themselves so that they can accept and embrace this connection at one point in time. Yeah, I feel like this person is working through self-love and that they would really need to extend compassion to themselves. And this is the biggest challenge that's getting in the way of this person moving forward. And so it's like through time, I will find it or I will see it. But I don't want to just jump in knowing I don't know, dirty dog. Like I said, I don't know what that means, but it's like not worthy, not there yet. There's a lot of energy here that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I can't really put it into words. Because maybe this person feels really mixed by this connection and by you. Like they definitely see you as like this, it's coming through as wonder and awe, like something out of their norm, out of their world. And I think what they've been used to is whatever they've been settling and accepting. And in order for them to get out of that, they'd have to surrender to a new beginning. And it's like, I don't know, like, because it seems like this gray area where it's like they're not on the new beginning, but they're also stuck in some way here. Let's see, this is really an interesting energy. Spirit, for pile number 2, what am I missing exactly? Can we clarify what's going on here? For pile number 2 and the person they came here about, and what are their predominant thoughts when it comes to this connection in pile 2 specifically? How does the person on their mind, what do they think about predominantly when it comes to this connection? This is like a wait and watch, like being able to take action at the perfect time. It's like divine timing so that we can do what we need to do. But I don't know what this person, because look, it's right beside this awaiting results. And it's like, I'll know when to pounce. I'll know when to jump into feet, but I don't know. Let's see, Spirit, what am I missing for pile number, let's leave that over there. Pile number 2's person. Thank you so much. Pile number 2's person and their predominant thoughts. What did I miss here? It's going to be funny reading here. Okay. Let's make sense of this. Wow, slippy slidey. See, this is kind of how the energy was. I'm seeing it. It's like trying to make sense of this is just all weird. Alrighty, so what do we have? Ace of Cups, new beginning, new emotional beginning, self-love, new love. So in the traditional Ace of Cups, the hand comes from the cloud. It's like out of nothing, the universe grants you with a beautiful blessing that you're not even expecting. It's generated literally out of nowhere. The aces come out of nowhere. They come out of the clouds. It's the universe granting us a wish. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. New beginnings. This person needs a new beginning. It's called for because they've been in this frozen state for some time, warming up for their emotions. Okay, so let's see. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse. And that's my 1111 card. Could signify twin flame if you're on that journey. The 8 of Wands in reverse. And the Sun in reverse, Leo energy. And the Knight of Wands. So we have heavy fire energy here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here. Okay. And there's lots of ego here. 7 of Wands. Wow, lots of passion. And we have, what does that say? It says Fortune. That's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's that stuck energy we were seeing. 7 swords. Okay, that's that bunny energy I was saying. Avoidance. The Hermit, Virgo energy. That's this separation type energy with the Hermit. Okay, and then we have the King of Wands in reverse. More fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I have the ego here. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Cups in the sideways position. So yeah, see, that's the whole thing of this reading that I was trying to explain to you guys is Seven Cups sideways. That's the bulk of what this energy is like. You know, Seven of Cups is all muddled, right? Like fantasy, muddled, pie in the sky thinking, too many options, not sure, not pointed, not clear, but sideways is like kind of getting out of it. But what does that mean, kind of, you know? The Star. Aquarius energy, wishes, vision for the future, destiny, healing, hope, divine timing. Okay, let me channel this. And what's under Ace of Cups? We have another ace, you guys. Oh my goodness, the Ace of Wands. Definitely not surprised to see an Ace of Wands. We have wands, 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 and wands, and the King of Wands. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Lots of fire and passion, like I was saying, to heat up this winter energy. Okay. Beautiful angels. This person is due for a new beginning. I think you already know this. Okay. They don't see it though. And we're asking about what it is that's sort of predominantly on their mind. What's predominantly on their mind is I think they're still trying to hang into the old world somehow, you know? And how we do this is in way of action in some way. So they could be a little guarded and defensive about why they're there or why they need to be there. So if we start to probe or give them truths, it's like, yeah, but this, or yeah, but that, or I don't know. There's a defensive energy here and fighting for our position, maybe very territorial about it. But I feel like it's an in denial energy with the Seven of Swords, you know, and this is avoidance energy with the Seven of Swords. And it's like, their energy is why, and maybe this is what they're thinking about, you know, but I don't think they see it yet because the sun's in reverse. And sorry, I'm doing a piss poor job at explaining this because it is a mishmash here, but it's like my inability to be truthful. They're not saying it's maybe their high self is coming through. So I keep cutting myself off because this is how the channel's coming through. But the high self here is coming through, acknowledging this person's denial and avoidance. Thank you for the email confirmation, and their inability to share openly, to talk to you about truths in regards to why things are stuck. And they're sort of putting it on, it's not the right time, or the universe isn't allowing me, or all sorts of reasons why they cannot or should not or have not. Okay. And it's just a figment of their untruths here. They're protecting themselves in some way because they know once they say the truth of the matter and see it clearly, which would require an ego death, by the way, an acceptance of ego, like that they've been an ego and that they've been carrying an egoic story, it would allow the wheel to turn. And what does the wheel turning mean? They would have to move on, move forward. And what do they move forward with? A new beginning. Okay, the new beginning it's much needed here, and it's in their hands, and they're not seeing it, and they're not understanding it, and they're not being very clear to you, and they kept things very open and muddled. They've been very muddled. I think they're muddled because they don't want to admit some form of truth here, and they're keeping to themselves. The Seven Swords is them not telling you, not being clear with you, not being honest, you know, and I don't think that they're trying to trick you or deceive you. It's like not being honest because we're lying by omission, by not saying I'm feeling like this, or I don't know, whatever it is that's really driving a lot of their action. But I feel like their action is non-action. Their action is staying put. Their action is convincing themselves and fighting and being territorial about what they've done, what they're doing, and why they're doing it. And it's non-movement. Okay, and so I do feel like this would require them to leave either a family situation or a set up community. Okay, so some of you guys, they are in a third party. Some of you guys, they have a family already established. Some of them, they're just a community that's already set up, a world that I've lived in, and it would have to be come down. Why am I talking weird? I don't know. Anyway, this would have to come down. And we don't want to have to let things come down, do we? No, especially if it's something that we really connect to as our family, our community, our people. It's structured. It's provided me this thing, but it's cold now and it's no longer a place where they can hang their hat. They don't want to admit this or be honest about it or communicate this in some way, but it's stunting them and keeping them stuck. And the universe is saying, like, it's time to move on. Okay, but this person, like, feels a lot of fire, and the reason the fire is coming through with all this wands is because this person needs a motivator. This person needs something to encourage them, to drive them to make change in their world. And this person is fighting it, and again, pretending I say pretending because I feel like, look at this person, even this Knight of Wands, his eyes are closed, like, I don't want to see it. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. Okay, and so they're being encouraged to have the confidence to move forward and have the vision to successfully, like, go after what they want. But instead of this person's sort of removed. And they're removed, internalizing all of this, making up more reasons and excuses here, I feel, until they have buy-in from themselves. Because I really feel like what the universe is saying is, like, at a certain point, we stop buying our own lies. At a certain point, when everything's stagnant and stuck, we can no longer lie to ourselves. And as long as this person's sort of sitting there making up these reasons or these excuses or these stories, then they're sort of removed and isolated and secluded in some capacity, thinking that they're just protecting themselves. But what Spirit wants you to know, because now Spirit's coming through, interjecting all of this reading, is talking about this person having to go through this healing, through this ascension process. So this person is on the road to ascension. This is what their ascension looks like. What's ascension? Becoming the highest version of them. Now, again, there's no two selves. There's just one authentic self. The authentic self is behind the egoic self. The ego needs to shed. What's the ego self? The ego self is a version of us, an identity that we create to protect us, that we tell ourselves is us. That's a false self. I'm happy here. This is for me, blah, blah, blah. They're living in that world, telling themselves that this is them. It's not them. They need to shed that false self. They need to shed the ego. This is part of their ascension process, so they can connect to their highest self and heal this, so that they can build the future they want. They're working through this right now. There's a lot of confusion here. It's hard for me to channel this, okay? This person's going to be removed for some time. Your energy, which I think you know, drives this person like crazy. It's intense. It was the catalyst. It's very fiery here. You might be a fire sign here, okay? And if not, it's just this passion this person feels with the energy and this desire to light a fire to get going, to melt this. It's very stuck and stagnant. And this new beginning is calling for them to accept love. And they would have to accept love once they connect to themselves. Okay, like true self-love, true self-worth. And I feel like once this person hits whatever point that only the universe knows with divine timing, through reflection, through honest truths, it's going to be like a spark. Okay, it's a spark, meaning we don't know how it's going to happen. It's sort of spontaneous, and it's going to be when this person just has to move forward and there's no way around it. But I don't know when that is, and I don't know if Spirit is going to be sharing any of this stuff, because I think for all of us, it's going to be different depending on, again, this person's individual ascension process, because there's many steps here that they're needing to overcome and understand about themselves so that they know where the real fight is. The real fight is for their future, the healed version of them. That's where the real truth is. I feel like a lot of you guys are on a twin flame journey because it seems very difficult. This person is stuck. This person's making reasons and running and avoiding and all sorts of all of this nonsense stuff, okay? It's challenging. 5 of Wands, conflicted. So they're conflicted, and as long as they're conflicted, they're nothing but conflict around you. They're not on the same page as you. You have one idea and understanding, they have another. and they're defensive, and they're going to fight for why they need to do this and why they need to do that until they finally see it. And we only do that, like I said, because we're still in the false self and the ego, and we still have that identity that we think we need to make reasons to be unhealthy or reasons to sabotage our own future and sacrifice ourselves or martyr ourselves or be deserving of something less than, like that sort of thing. Okay, now Spirit is coming through with another message here. Why I was so perplexed by this card is because I do feel like you guys are on an ascension process that might be kind of similar to this. It might not sound as fucked up to you, but it looks fucked up to me looking at your energy that's coming through here, okay? And then it's not a judgment. I don't think you're ready because I feel like you're making steps too. And your steps are a series of processes you're needing to understand in order for you to get to a certain point. Because what Spirit is saying is that divine timing in your connection, and if a lot of you guys do resonate with this twin flame, okay, if it doesn't have to be the label so much as a signpost pointing to this spiritual connection. If you are on a journey of sorts with your soul person, you are needing to ascend in order for there to be movement with divine timing. You're stagnant here. You're needing to heal in order for there to be healing. And the future, we need to overcome what we need to overcome. And there's a lot of in denial here. It's mirrored. What are we in denial about? We're still needing to do shadow work, ego death, okay? And understand truths about ourselves. And so as long as you're sort of sorting through this, your person will also be sorting through this because neither of you guys are ready to sort of come together here according to what the universe is saying. But there is this beautiful new beginning that is, you know, going to happen sort of all at once in every area of your life. Like we see swords, wands, cups. Okay. And it's saying from chaos comes calm, because I do feel like I said, it's like chaotic on both sides. Like this is chaos, you know, 5 wands. It's like 5 different people coming into your room with like 5 different ideas and nobody agrees and everyone's sort of talking over each other and there's no conclusion as to how to proceed. Nothing gets resolved. And so we need to really reflect. We need to embrace truths. We need to look at what we need to look at. But if we start making reasons and excuses why we got to do this or, you know, feed grandma or whatever that story is, that's where we're stuck. That's where we're stuck. Okay. So if we want movement, then we need to sort of embrace truths. And if there's things that need to, because I do feel it's mirrored, communities, people, families here that aren't part of the forward progression, we can't get defensive about why they need to stay in place and come up with matrix stories and say this, that, and the other. That's matrix. This journey is not about the matrix at all. This is spiritual work. That's what ascension is. It's not about paying bills, feeding grandma. Okay. Like those are very important things. And yes, we live in the 3D world, you know, and sure, but this isn't what this is about at all. This is all about, like I say, having to overcome certain spiritual truths, dealing with the matrix, which is the ego. Okay, the self that we create in order to engage in the 3D world, in order to connect to the highest version of us, which is the spiritual self that sees through all of this. That's what you guys are aligning to here, okay? So major arcana. Oh, and major. Okay, so I do feel like this is the universe guiding, taking the wheel. And the only thing that we're being asked to do is be honest and truthful and clear and see through the fog of the ego. That's what's creating all the buzz and the chaos and the options and not seeing clearly and why. But if we're focused on this person and this person's choices and this person's confusion, then we're 5 wands as well. We're too busy poking holes in someone else's process that we're not holding the mirror to us. I would recommend here, based on what Spirit's showing, never mind this person. Let them sort this through. Be their mirror, sure. But take this, what I read, and put it back to yourself. This is all about you. Okay? Yes, it's about your person and how they're seeing it, but this is really coming back about you. Because Spirit's really saying, you're on a process of ascension here. The reason this is very stuck is because you're being called to do this spiritual work. And you might already know this and you're saying, well, how and what? It's like, okay, well, less of what you have been doing, which hasn't been working clearly, and more of what you haven't done just yet. Okay, but with compassion, although I don't sound like I'm talking in compassion here, but trust me, it is. It's just very firm. Okay, there's this devil energy that's coming through that I got to communicate to you. The devil energy is coming through your energy. And you guys can click off for those of you guys who don't want to heal, who don't want to progress here. But you'll know if this is part for you, okay? I feel like your connection here with this person is very frozen because we're still in devil. We're obsessed with this person. We're still feeling pulled. We're still passionately sort of entangled. And we can't see the forest for the trees. And we're too blinded by this person's energy. And Spirit's saying, this is all about you and your energy. You have a community, some environment here that's tired and old and frozen and dead, and it's no longer allowing you to move. And you're making reasons, excuses why you need to stay there. Trust the divine. Because as long as you make up that reason, that's a matrix excuse that might be in any other circumstance valid, justifiable, not in this one. Not in this one at all. This is just saying I don't trust the universe to guide me here. And whatever it is that I'm telling myself is the reason I got to stay there longer or figure this out or do that, you will forever be here, by the way, you know? This is part of the ego death, is like seeing through that the little I has no control. The little I is a figment of your imagination. It's an egoic construct, a story and identity that you make up. That I'm the one paying the bill. I'm the one keeping this up. I'm the one. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's the universe. And the universe wants you to see this. And that's what surrender is. It's surrendering to divine timing. When the universe says, you've outlived this, trust me. Okay, trust me, child, to let go. No longer be in an energy here of self-deception. Will allow things to flow and will allow your person to get clear as well. Because right now, both you guys are sitting in a 5 wands. Okay? So that's turned very quickly. I feel like we will do one more sort of message here because I don't like leaving it all full of rage. I don't know why I channeled that rage. I was getting really frustrated because I feel like this message has been trying to come for some time. Okay. And maybe we see it, but we don't know what to do with it. And we keep bouncing back to this person, or like, what is this person doing? Or like seeing it as the journey itself, which with moving parts, and Spirit saying, no, nothing to do with outside there, nothing to do with the moving parts of anything. It's all right now sitting with the Hermit, you, and accepting truths. And right now our eyes are closed. And it is part of the process because we were seeing, like I said, the ladder with the 7 wands of ascension, and yours is going to look different than, you know, some other person. We ascend completely different. But I think for all of you guys who are here, you're at the point here now where the wheel is in reverse because we're refusing. We're refusing to surrender. We're refusing to let the things move. We're clinging to the matrix story, thinking we have to, and we're the little I, we're the doer. So let's see. Spirit, what does pile number 2 need to know then for this reading? What did I miss? What did I miss here? We have the Chariot in reverse. First thing I said when I pulled all these 7s was I was feeling Chariot, but it wasn't upright. It was in the reverse. So now we actually get the Chariot in reverse. There's the star coming out again. So we have Cancer and Aquarius. So the Chariot is about shadow integration in order to have success with the universe. Win with the universe. Not personal success, but being guided by the universe through a process of shadow integration and balance to have victory and success. And right now we're stunted. All these stickers keep falling off from the cards because I cover the nudity. I'll have to use different stickers on these. So, star, destiny, hope, vision for the future, healing. 5 coins, out in the cold, scarcity, lack mindset. Okay. Why is the Chariot in reverse here? 8 of Swords, limiting mindset, King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Why is this star here? Page of Cups, look at the cutest thing you've ever seen. for sure. Adorable. Page of Cups, King of Cups. Okay, and why is this 5 of Coins here? King of Coins. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And then we have the 10 Wands, and under that we have the Ace of Swords, and it is in reverse. And I'm not spinning that one, just the bottom of the deck, because I don't read bottom of the deck in reverse. And we have Strength in reverse. Ego, Death. Leo. Okay, the messaging couldn't be any clearer here for you guys, okay? I do feel it's for both of you guys, 100%, okay? But just take what resonates for you. If you really feel you're in a soul connection here, I'm not talking about run-of-the-mill. I'm really talking about a divinely guided connection. I don't care what you call it twin flame, call it whatever. Soulmate, doesn't matter, don't care. What this is about your shadow work and your ego death, okay? And when you go through that and you're in a soul tie, soul bond, you're mirroring back to your person, or whatever energetic signature comes off of you. Okay, if you're stuck and you're not surrendered and you're not doing anything, your person's energy is most likely the same, because I feel like whoever would be at these readings is the spiritual leader leading the journey. Okay, if you lead the journey, okay, it is in tandem though your person's also ascending in their world. But when you have a soul contract like this, there's a certain agreement between two souls to do work and to mirror certain things. And so we can't expect there to be change in energy when we're not integrating our own shadow. This journey is about ego death, which means facing our courage. What's the courage? To say, I see the matrix. I have the strength and the courage to make decisions that other people might say is crazy, because I'm spiritual enough to see and trust in the divine, that the divine has my wheel and that I'm being divinely guided. When I don't do this, I'm not acting in line with truth. I'm not seeing clearly. Okay, there's this inability to see through the ego. And so we're not seeing very clearly. We're not taking action in the truest direction of our authenticity. And this is becoming a burden. At a certain point, we can't carry it no more. This is why it's very heavy. All these wands we were seeing, the passion is intense. And that's why the devil, it's very intense here for you, I feel. It's very, 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 very intense, because it has to be for you to finally do this. But the more intense, it's like we start pointing our nose towards the person, and it's not getting the results you want. It's getting stuck. It's not seeing the truth. The truth is to look at yourself. This burden will go away. This heaviness will go away when we do what we're being called to do. Why? Because the universe wants you to succeed and move forward. But you have to see where the universe wants you to see. What does the universe want you to see? Healing of self. You're being divinely guided to integrate shadow so you can move forward, so you can open your heart space, okay, and cut through mind stories, limitations. Those are egoic. I can't do this because of that. I always do this because of that. This means I've got to do that because of that. No, says who? That's your mind story. You might say, well, that's the way society is, or that's the way it's always been, or I see it with my eyes. Doesn't make it true. 100 people could have the same opinion. Doesn't mean it's true. Okay, so we have limiting beliefs here with the devil. Whatever's going on in your mind is egoic, is a story, is a construct, is a protective mechanism you're using. And Spirit saying surrender. It's not true. And it has to be this intense. It has to seem like I'm going crazy if I let go of this and I believe the thing that's untrue. Yeah, believe the thing that's untrue. You already know what you need to do, I feel. Okay, I feel like your person has love for you. And your person's coming through as a King of Cups, deep, deep love with a lot of passion. Okay, but both of you guys, I feel, are needing to connect to your heart space. And I feel like both of you guys are really hung up in the matrix world, scarcity mindset, looking at what won't work and what has been gone bad and what might go bad and what needs to be shown here in the 3D. And it's like, as long as we have that, we can't build something here with this, like this King of Pentacles. Reliable, committed, stable, grounded, secure, long-term. Okay, so Spirit wants you to build something long-term, steady, secure, but you need to get there, and you need to address the scarcity, and you need to address the mindset that is lack. Lack says there are certain limitations to what can and cannot be done. That's lack. When I'm with spirit, I know there's no limitation. The infinite potential is out there because the universe is all at once. The universe has no limitation. So when I think there's a limitation, that's just me putting my ego in there, up in the mix, making up stories. That's a lie. There is no limitation. But the ones you believe, the ones you're telling yourself, that's getting in the way of your ascension. That's getting in the way of this whole connection. You're in an 8 swords. Okay? And so the universe says you will succeed, but you need to integrate this part. That's your shadowy part saying that you know better than the universe and that this matrix thing must be this, that, and the other. And so the love you're feeling is true from your person, okay? They're equally as burdened here. It's a very intense connection. This is why this channel's coming through very intense the way it is. Because we're 7 swords and we're an Ace of Swords in reverse. And we're really needing to face the truth. Okay? And even this star, like look at her. She's looking through, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but she's looking through some sort of contraption here. It's like having to really analyze and see the truth. Okay, it almost looks like she's even going to blow a horn. This is giving me sort of judgment energy because there's an awakening process. There's like a realization. There's a need to understand that what we see as separate, lacking, is a construct of the ego. It is not true. So I can't just keep repeating this and get you to understand it. How do we bridge the gap between our ego and the lack mindset, the separation consciousness? Is through a surrender. When we're fighting to let go or to hang on, that is where we create the separation. And so this belief needs to be undone. It's right now integrated, this belief, into a story of how you think it operates. At the core fundamental of who you are, there's a belief you have that's unhealthy when it comes to progress, when it comes to ascension, when it comes to this connection. That's why it's unhealthy. It might have been healthy for you at one point in time to keep you safe, but right now it's being asked to look at because it's actually not true. So we thank it. Thank you for protecting me, ego. But now anytime we sort of have that same thought come through, we have to challenge it. Okay, so when you challenge it, it's like you got to qualify your thoughts. Don't just assume it's true because you thought it a million times. Qualify every thought like that. Is this true or is this just because I always say so? And once you start to qualify, know that whatever story you're going to tell yourself is most likely the ego. Challenge that and say, maybe this isn't true. It's not, by the way, but maybe it's not. And if it wasn't, what would that look like? And even if I feel it in my core because I believe it, I'm going to know that there's another truth, that many truths could coexist. And why would this one understanding that I have be the ultimate truth? It's not. So I can let it go, let it go, let it go, and keep challenging it until you finally let it go. That's surrender. You know, surrender doesn't happen just because we say, I want to surrender. There, I surrendered. Like, no, because a lot of us think we surrendered. We say, well, I've already surrendered. I've done. What more can I do? It's like, no, the belief in there is still alive in your mind. You're still feeding it, justifying it. And what are you believing? It's an untruth. It doesn't exist. It's the ego story that needs to be seen through. Spirit wants you to see through it. And for all of you guys, whatever it is different. I got to feed grandma, or I got to pay my bill, or I can't do this, or I won't do that, or it's going to be this because of that. It's a separation consciousness that is getting in the way of the ascension. And this is truly about opening the heart space when we're no longer in separation, when we're seeing everyone and everything from the same divine source, from a place of one source of power, which is spirit, God. Okay, the divine, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it God because it's my channel and I know who I'm talking about. So God light energy, that is in everything and everyone in this universe, is beneath the ego. And the ego is the devil. The ego is the shadow. The ego is the construct we create. That's what you need to see through. Okay? So I think Spirit wanted to come through with this message for you because maybe we forgot or maybe we don't know we're 8 swords. Okay? So let's just pull one of on the 8 swords because I feel like some of you guys might need a little Let's see, a kick in the butt. Meanwhile, I don't know. Let's see. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune. What did I just finish saying here? Okay. I'm the doer, this, that, and the other, all sorts of reasons why we can, cannot. And then the universe says, no, you have no power here. It's in the divine's hand. It is fated. You're being divinely guided. Let me steer. Let me steer, says the divine, says the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. But in order to do that, we have to acknowledge our beliefs that are limiting us. Stories we say about this person or about ourselves or about why we live and do what we do. We got to look at our mind stories. There's so many of them, I feel, here for a lot of you guys that need to be challenged. It's holding you back and it's getting in the way of your ascension. Okay, challenge it. And you could say, well, yeah, that's just about my person. Nah, yeah, it is, but it's you. Okay, you are your person. And then we're back in scarcity mindset, them versus me. So if we're thinking that, then we're still in separation. See how it's still you? How we did that? Okay, if it's them, it's you. You are them. Time to surrender. All right. Beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3. You guys pick the dark. Take a moment to sit under the star-speckled sky, listening to crickets and breathing in the cool night air. Beautiful. So we're looking at the person on your mind, the connection you came here about, and what is this person's predominant thoughts about you, this connection? This could be how they see you or how they feel about you in this connection, whatever pulls through here. Okay, so if this sounds mostly like your thoughts about this connection and this person, then you might want to go check out another pile. Okay, I won't be doing an energy check, but the best way to tap into your intuition is to sit through this card layout and ask the divine for what you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this is your pile or not. Okay, if you want to go straight away to the channel message, I will put a timestamp below. Okay, but I can't guarantee you that the channeling won't come through as I lay these cards out. So we have number 30 with glass. So 30 is 3. 3 is about creativity, joy, communication, self-expression, growth, relationships. Glass is all about seeing clearly, bringing things into focus. Bringing things into focus which might have been not in focus. We'll see. The heart, oh my goodness, 31. So look, we have succession, 30, 31, 3 and 4. So 4 is Emperor, death energy. Okay, so we have Aries, some Scorpio energy. It's all about structure, foundation, stability, planning, but the heart is obviously about matters of the heart, love. All this pink is giving me a lot of self-love. I love that all the piles had a lot of color coordinating colors. This one seems to be like the grays and the pinks so far. Let's see. Beautiful. Yeah, it's almost like coming to life I'm seeing, like whatever was sort of in black and white's coming to life through love. Look at this empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. Okay. Seeing, looking glass. So I might be seeing things differently. I'm getting hangman energy so far. Okay, Pisces. Imagine 20. So this could be like a 7 cups type energy, but the light attribute, like a fantasy of something that we can dream of. Okay, we have the moon. Moons can talk about our fears or the subconscious or emotions. Number 20, you're number 2, feeling alone. Number 5. So 5 is about conflict, loss, change, and rebuild. More moon energy. So lots of Cancer. Moon, like I said, could definitely be this person's emotions. Here we see a lot of water. Feeling alone. Okay. We have death, Scorpio energy. So this could definitely be something coming to an end. It could be about a transformation, although I do feel like there's an ending of something here. Yeah. Maybe an end of shadow with all this black. Surrender to divine timing. Look at the big old moon here again. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. All right. And then we have I am terrified, number 9. So that would explain the moon energy 3 times. 3 moons. That could be significant for somebody. 9. is Hermit and Moon energy as well. Okay, so more Cancer. Lots of Moon coming through here. I am terrified. Wow, okay. And then we have 10, you are my everything. Oh my goodness. So 10 is one is new beginnings, potential, opportunity. One is independence, will, beginnings, pioneering, and individuality, which is interesting because getting this like boat, two people sort of rowing in a canoe in this body of water. And in order to get sort of to this little house, you'd have to row your boat to get across this body of water. So a little light on either side. So this would be like a transition. Remember how I said this death could be the end of something in order for there to be a new beginning. House could talk about stability. Okay, planning. Something secure, something safe. I'm feeling Emperor energy, Aries energy. So we have this abstract card. Somebody sort of standing in the middle. And so we have from yellow to orangey red. We have blue and green on either side. This looks like the person's pushing it open. Maybe making their way through something here. And then we have this oracle card, which looks like those dandelions when they're in seeding stage, when you make a wish. Look at that person hanging on to it. So I'm getting this imagined sort of energy. Look, even the way this person has a string to the moon. This person has a string to that sky, whatever that is, the dandelion wish. Hanging on. Hanging on. Okay. We have abundance, 8. The energy of abundance activates our ability to manifest the wealth we need and the sense of fulfillment that comes from a heart and soul that are overflowing with love and gratitude. Oh my goodness. So 8 is about change. It's about attainment. It's about movement. It is the number of strength in the tarot, which is Leo, and the star, which is Aquarius. So lots of star energy as well. I'm getting a lot of moon, a lot of star, a lot of fantasy, but coming in reality, someone's dream here. So we have romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. 25, or the number 7. 7's chariot energy, but it's also tower energy, which could definitely be leading to this death. The tower. Okay. And we have the miser, stubbornness and inflexibility. And it's 4 pentacle energy. All right. And then we have bad news, 75. Unpleasant information, malicious post, nasty notice, unkind letter, unfavorable opinion, painful announcement. Type 3, the achiever, emotional center between appearance and authenticity. Difficult event, it says. Number 3. So 3s are about growth, relationships, initial success. 3's Empress, Hangman, and World. Okay, in the tarot. So what am I feeling here? Yeah, I'm feeling some Taurus, Libra energy. And some Pisces from the Hangman, which I was feeling over here, even though we didn't have anything like that. It's coming through again. Okay, but the World is about closure, and we got it right by this death. So something ending. Yeah, all right. So 101, healthy love, growth level, free love, independent love, emancipated love, liberated love, sovereign love, multiple loves, autonomous love. Type 2, the helper, emotional center between giving and receiving. So I have a number 2 here. 2s are all about choices, balance, duality. I'm going to cover this because I have some nudity there. Free love. Okay. 93, rational quality growth level, honesty, directness, integrity, probity. I don't know how to read that. Probity. Truth, loyalty, morality. Type 3, the achiever, emotional center between appearance and authenticity. Another 3. Lots of yellow, solar plexus energy. Honesty. Okay. Yeah, with this abundance, I'm feeling the Empress energy here. And we have 83, motherhood. Yeah, Empress energy. Happy event, growth level, being pregnant, giving birth, maternity, adopting, giving, life, childbearing. Type 2, the helper, emotional center between giving and receiving. Another 2. 3232 could be an angel number. So look that up. If someone wants to post it in the comments, I would love you forever. 3232, angel number. What does that mean? Okay, but 2s, like I said, balance, duality, and choices. Okay, it could be justice energy, which is Libra. Balance, fairness. It could be judgment and awakening, which we were sort of feeling an awakening coming through with this death and this new need for new beginning here. Okay, let me channel this energy before we pull the tarot. Let's put this over here. You guys can skip ahead. Okay. Gorgeous angels. Interesting energy from this pile. So what does this person think about? I feel like this pretty much sums this up. You are my everything. So I do feel like this person is thinking about their world in terms of how it would pertain to you, because you are sort of the core focus of this person's universe in some capacity. Okay. Now, whether this person is capable of doing what they feel they're needing to do or be in an energy where they're needing to be is a different story. But this is what's sort of driving this person. This person has a lot of fears. Okay. The 9's the moon, 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 moon. We're seeing moons everywhere. Okay. And the moon is fears because fears are generally driven from subconscious. The subconscious has past experiences that create certain understandings, and we believe them to be true. And so we develop certain coping mechanisms, which could be called identities or egos or ways to protect ourselves. And so we just act subconsciously this way to protect ourselves from experiencing pains, reoccurring things that we've already experienced. And so we cope this way. This person has a lot of fear. So most likely they've already experienced something that was challenging in their world. Okay, I don't see what it was, but it's developed this terrified energy. Okay, and it's really sort of awoken in this person because of the deep, immense amount of feelings that they have with all this moon. This is about emotions. This person has a depth of emotion here. Okay, and I feel like this person has a focus, and their focus is on getting to the other side where they can be a little bit more stable, where they can come together here with you in a way that's more secure. But I don't know that this person is there just yet. But I do feel like this person might have spent some time either removed in hermit mode here with the lantern. So I am getting some Virgo energy. Okay, some hermit. But I do feel like for this pile, this person is no longer sort of in that energy, but they have been in the past removed or stuck. And I feel like they've been in a 4 pentacle. But what I'm seeing is like something crack open, kind of like those, I don't know what you want to call them, like, what are they called? Those rocks that you crack open. And then in the inside, they have like a whole bunch of little worlds inside of them. Forget what they're called. It's not coming to me. But anyway, I feel like this person's world's been cracked open here already. And I think with that tower energy, we're feeling it's like their engagement with you has left them having to deal with the core of who they are, which means anything that makes them feel vulnerable, that makes them see themselves authentically with no sugarcoating and no cover up and no protection, is something that is difficult for this person to do and has been difficult for them to do. They might have been very stubborn and very inflexible about doing this or allowing this process. But I feel like this person has been working on releasing whatever coat or whatever protective thing they had around them. I feel like this person is tired of feeling by themselves and alone. And I feel like before you've met this person has felt alone. And they know, because now that they've tasted what a connection feels like, I think you've awoken this person's heart. This person's been guided to work on self-love, releasing parts of themselves that were very guarded, that weren't allowing them to accept beauty and love and abundance in their world. This is a relationship or a connection or a understanding they have of you and what you mean to them, of something that they could never dream possible for themselves. And I feel like having this come into their awareness is a wish come true. Coming from this person, they really feel led by this connection. This connection is driving this person. So at the same time, it's their greatest wish. And at the same time, it's their greatest fear. Because I feel like this person fears that something so wonderful like this could be something that could be taken away, or for whatever reason could devastate them and break them. I feel like this person feels bad if they've taken a long time, that the process is something that they couldn't do anything about. That if this person had a choice, an easy button, they would press it to be healed, to be able to move forward. Because I do feel like this person either understands that you're wanting something to move quicker, or they're wanting to come together and to be, at peace with this. But they can't help but have to go through this process. And this process is opening their heart space when it comes to loving themselves. This person might have a lot of challenge when it comes to giving and receiving love based on a parental figure, most likely a mother, wound. Okay, but this is this person really feeling like the potential here for you guys to birth something abundant, even have a family, potentially want to have a child with you, that this person sees you as the real deal. This is very, very terrifying. Okay, and I think this person might be somebody here who, might have been somebody here who wasn't able to express openly here to you the depth of how they feel, the truth of the intensity, because one, it's difficult to put into words, and two, I feel like this person had to crack through that shell that was keeping them sort of guarded. And once they crack that open, it's like then they'll be able to be honest, but it would require them to be vulnerable and exposed. I do feel like this person is somebody here who really likes their independence, okay? Because I do feel like this person, like I said, might have experienced where they felt alone when they trusted someone, or like I said, through their childhood, maybe they've had a parent where it's like, I'd rather just not have to depend on anyone but myself. And so there is this way that this person loves, with this independent love, how they love and who they want to choose to love, and this sort of control on love. But I feel like this experience with you is something that this person couldn't control or decide or choose. It's something that's actually come to them through the divine, So I do feel like this person feels saddened. And I feel like the sad news here is about the reality. And the reality is that this is taking some time, that this person doesn't have a switch, that this person hasn't been fully loving themselves and capable of being in a position to show up. And it's all of this fear that's getting in the way, and all of these subconscious things that they're finally saying, you know what, I got to be honest with the fact that I have all of these challenges, and that this is unfavorable for sure, but it's also getting in the way of us being able to bond and share and enjoy ourselves in a way that I really want. But I feel like this person's been pushing through these obstacles. Okay, and I do feel like this person is somebody here who feels like they don't want to go anywhere. Like they're committed. Okay, they're committed to this connection. They're committed to creating something and getting over the difficulty here. Although I don't feel like they are completely over it, I do feel like a significant milestone, of whatever they were having to release has happened already. Now, I don't know where you guys are in your timeline, but I feel like the milestone here is cracking through that shell. So I do feel like they're no longer in the same guarded energy that they were in the past. Now, this doesn't mean that this person is completely dropped their fears and they're able to be vulnerable and exposed in a way here that's totally throws them out of their comfort zone. But I do feel like this person is no longer up to whatever they were doing, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, they're very stuck, stubborn, and flexible. They could have been running, or they could have been very, very guarded. I don't feel this is the case no more with this person. I feel like the vision of what they see happening between you and this person is coming into focus. And why is because what they've experienced has been in black and white. And they want to nurture this connection. And they want to nurture you. And I am seeing a lot of rings. So a lot of you guys could have gone through cycles, but I feel like it's talking about the commitment. And I'm seeing eternity here, because I do feel like this person, I'm seeing a lot of rings, is like committed and wants to make things official. Okay. And they want you to know, I feel here like that their commitment is unwavering. And I feel like this person feels like you might not see this, or it's like the disappointing story has been their inability to shed light on this, and that you might have felt like you were kept in the dark, despite this person maybe really enjoying your presence here, like being at peace and really like feeling the abundance, but not being able to express or to show up in a way here that would confirm to you that this person is experiencing this love the same way you are. So I feel like this person is now outside of, the one-track mind, because the one-track mind was, I'm going to protect myself and I'm going to do all I can so that I'm not vulnerable or exposed. And now it's like I could see from a different perspective that whatever this connection was trying to show me and do is for the betterment, is for the most abundant thing, it's the most loving thing. And I want to nurture this. And this is a form of healthy love, as opposed to what I was experiencing experiencing in the past. So I do feel like the sun is rising, which means the clarity is rising. This person has insight, because I do feel they've taken time to reflect. And so if there was time apart or a separation, and for a lot of you guys, many, I'm feeling like this person has seen. And I do feel like their moves are going to be sort of with the present moment in consideration. Although they do have their eye on sort of the long term, which is creating some form of stability here, or a safe place, because I do feel safety is important, and security, and that this person wants to nurture this connection. I feel like this person might not know the hows or the exact way to get there. And so I feel like they're just illuminating like a small part in front of them. And so there is some worry as to, how do I get there? Am I good enough to get there? Do I have what it takes to get there? And it's like being led, and I do feel, like I said, like they can only see a certain distance here. And it's like there could be a lot of delays based on this inability to really know the exact path to you or to get there. It's like they know they're being guided, or this person knows they're being guided. And I don't know if they feel they're guided by you or they're guided by the divine. I feel like what's really pulling through is that this person feels they're guided by you. This connection is their wish. And for a lot of you guys, this person's manifested through a desire of wanting to connect to their heart, something like this that's true. And so when they finally got it, it's like, whoa, now my fears are all stirred up here. And now I got to really act and engage in this thing. And I don't know that they were ready or prepared. But I do feel this person is willing to do whatever it takes. And I do feel like this person also feels very much like you're on the same team as them, or like you guys are in the same boat, or like you guys are also working with them or alongside them, figuring this out, like navigating through their emotions. So you might have been somebody here who has spent a lot of time invested working through this person's fears or understanding this person, because they feel very safe with you. They feel very supported by you and secure by this connection. And I feel like what's coming through is the clarity that they're getting here with the sun rising is the clarity around self-love, most importantly, because this sun is pink. And for me, the pink is always talking about this love, unconditional love of self. And it really was something this person had a difficult time accepting or seeing, which made them feel very isolated and alone. And I feel like this person has been reborn when it comes to how they see themselves and how they see connection and love. I feel this person feels very free and feels like they could still keep their individuality and still connect to abundance. And so this is a beautiful love that this person experiences with you. You know, like I really feel like this person sees this connection as a real blessing. And I feel like it's most likely pulling this person out of a place where maybe they felt very suffocated, weighed down. For sure, they felt alone. But it's like cracking this open, you know, like actually seeing clear, seeing a sunny day. This person feels like they could see joy, they could see happiness, they could see clearly, they could see love. But I do feel like there's this heaviness that comes with this, because it's like it's slow to get there and it's not there yet. And maybe this isn't what you want to hear. And this is painful for me that I'm observing me having to go through this. If it lets you down, or if I'm not there already and you're wanting me to be there, it's like you're in the dark. I've been in the dark. This thing has been long. It's drawn out. There's lots of cycles. And it's painful, you know. It's like I'm only delivering the bad sort of thing here to you in the matrix world rather than the good. Because this person feels like this connection is bringing abundance to them. But I don't know that this person feels like they're bringing something to it. That's the part. It's like this connection is guiding me. This connection is abundant for me. This connection is making me connect to my heart and self-love and all of this stuff. And it's like it's done all these things for me. But what can I provide or offer here? I don't know that I have much of anything here, you know, and that's a hard truth for this person to have to acknowledge or accept, although it's not true. This person has love that they can share and be themselves, but they don't see it this way. And so I feel like maybe this has been the delay, is like, yeah, and there goes my email confirming. And the delay is like accepting that truth that I'm not going to offer anything, or that I'm just going to show up and I'm enough. You know, I'm enough to be loved how I am. I'm enough to just come as I am. I don't need anything else. Now, that takes a lot of acceptance and self-love. But I do feel, like I said, that milestone of cracking that open is like this person's finally saying that's enough. I am enough, or it should be enough, but I still feel bad about it, because I want to be more, give more, have more with you. And I'm terrified that I'm not enough, or can't give enough, or can do it right, because I can't see other than what's right in front of me. And so that's what's scary, is like, what if all of a sudden it goes someplace I can't, you know, see or control or know or understand? I don't want to be in the fog or the dark. I want to stay in the light. This person feels like they need a lot of control, because I do feel like if things go in a way that this person doesn't understand fully or see clearly, they might fall back or be hesitant, because it's like, I don't know where it's going to go and I'm too afraid to lose or for it to go sideways and not trust. Okay, but they do see the abundance. They see how much can come of this connection. If you are a parent, they see you as a very good parent. You're seeing mother, so they are seeing you as a good caregiver. This could definitely also be indicating, because I was getting it from this nest and these two people, and with all this fear, that you've been a good caregiver to this person by nurturing their emotions or this process for this person to make them feel very safe, secure with this journey. Yeah. This person seems like somebody who might have been very fearful of commitment with this free love and this multiple loves. It could be that this person just was not wanting to sort of button down or settle down or have a conventional connection here, like a standard connection. This might have been something that was very scary for this person to commit. But it's like this nesting energy is like welcoming for this person in a way that maybe has never been welcoming before. So let's see, Spirit, for pile number 3, what am I missing regarding pile number 3's person and their predominant thoughts for pile 3? You see the sun in reverse. So this isn't going to be my past position here. So that is Leo energy. And we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is the commitment card. Stability, security built over time. That's that little house I was seeing there. Okay, so it's like building something that could stand the test of time. Could represent families or security. And we have the 4 of Swords. Reflecting, healing. Why is this sun in reverse? We have the 2 of Swords in reverse. And the 9 of Cups. Why is this 10 of Coins here? Why is the 10, oopsie. Why is the 10 of Coins here? We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. There's the dropping of the guard, surrendering. Why is this 4 of Swords here? We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the King of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Wow, King and Queen of Wands, divine counterparts. Under that, we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so let me sit here with this energy. What's under 5 Swords? We have the 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay, beautiful angels. I don't know where you guys are on with your journey. Okay, but I do feel like a lot of you guys, your person is coming to this cracking open, like I said, this miserly energy that they were in, which was a non-surrender, hanging on, still defensive. This is falling, okay, and I feel like this is in my current state, so a lot of you guys could definitely be here. Okay, what are they surrendering exactly? It's like they were guarded to committing. They were guarded to investing and saying, yeah, this is something that I can invest in for the long term. Because once we commit to that and say that that's official or that they could build to that, then it's like the pressure sort of is on to build this thing, I feel like this person was hesitant in regards to their confidence. Can they deal with and come to the table with what's required here to have a vision to build this long-term thing? That's something they'd have to confront. This person's willing to confront this and deal with this, because I do feel in the past this person's been very indecisive and unclear about the future direction and the build and what they wanted with this connection. Okay, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, it could have definitely led in conflict and hurts, because I feel with this bad news, they know they've been difficult or stubborn or inflexible and created pain because of their pain from the past, something they were needing to heal. Okay, and it sort of interjected into this connection in a painful way that created a 5 sword situation between you and this person where nobody really won, and it was all stemmed from this moonlight energy. this inability for them to be clear and decide and know. It's like they're uncertain, they're scared, they're fearful. And I do feel like this person was very certain about their 9 cups, because this didn't fail them in the past. I know who I am, okay, and this free love, independent love, 9 cups, it's like I'm free to love who I love, how I love, come and go as I please to love, because this keeps me safe. And it's not that I have like a need to go and like sow my wild oats with a whole bunch of people so much, because we do see 2 females and a masculine here. But I feel like this masculine energy that I'm really tapped into had a fear of commitment, because the only person this person could really rely on is themselves to give them emotional happiness. The minute we put it in someone else's hands, we're at risk to being hurt. And that's that moon. That created that indecision. That created all sorts of conflict, I feel, all stemmed from a fear. This person surrendered. And if you're not there, they are in the process of surrendering, because I do feel this person sees a future that they could build here for the long term with you. This has been a process. And I feel like this process might have been something that either got stunted or needed to be triggered within this person in order to heal. It could be all of this conflict that they were dealing with you for some time. And I don't know how long. And they might have taken time off or time to reflect on this, because I was getting a lot of hermit from this. Pause time, reflecting time, and comparing and contrasting and saying, I have so much desire, I have so much love that I feel here, because I wouldn't have a dream of like my everything unless it was like checking off all my boxes. Okay, this is why I know this person is feeling a lot of love here with this heart energy. It's like a wish come true, but that seems almost fantasy-like. That was making me even more scared. But if I am going to risk or gamble this change or this miserly energy that I've been in order to let down my guard, in order to build this 10 Pentacles, it will be with you, because I see you as my other half here. Okay. Now, of course, we're never no one's other half, but we complement each other here. And this person certainly sees you as their person. They see you as a power couple. Okay. Now, I do feel this person didn't have confidence in choosing this connection. And it doesn't seem like this person was lacking confidence or incapable. It seems to me like they were lacking confidence in themselves to choose this connection, because of the fact that they knew emotionally to rely on themselves was safe. And so to do anything other than that would be unsafe. And there's a lot of fears, but it's like through the reflection and through knowing that you are my person, this would be the only reason why I would choose to engage in a different way than I would normally do and confront this. So I feel like this person is confronting their fears. I feel like this person is wanting to rush in. I feel like this person wants to build this 10 Pentacle with you. And I feel like this person understands that to get there and to build this thing is going to take the 2 of you guys sort of rowing together. Because I do feel like this person, again, sees you as someone here who is by their side or speaks their language or is motivating them in a way to have to confront and deal with these heartaches and these pains and these ways of being that have been getting in the way of this person building something here, And I don't know if they've fully forgiven themselves. I feel like they're still healing through this process, because I feel with this bad news, it's like they're carrying that understanding that they have, that they wish things could have been a little different, but that they feel they've had no control over because of how they are. King of Swords in reverse. This person could have certainly acted very cold here with the King of Swords in reverse. It's like not showing the true warmth of how they really truly feel and see you. you know, because it could seem very cold when this person seemed very self-focused on themselves at the expense of engaging with you in a way. And I do feel like they've sabotaged, and is very painful. And I don't know if you guys are back together or have come together, but I do feel like there's a process of healing through this. And I need to see this clearly and shed the ego, because I do feel like there could definitely be a lot of ego in play here with both of you guys that we're needing to be seen through and worked through. So I'm going to just pull some more and see what I'm missing here for sort of a final. But I do feel like this person might definitely still see that, oh, look at this, the Lovers in reverse. So it was like the path to the Lovers was not being taken, or there's a delay here with surrender to the divine timing. Spirits, what am I missing here for pile number 3 in this connection? The person on their mind. What is the predominant thoughts that this person has when it comes to this connection? What am I missing? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. This pile 3 need to know. We have the 9 of coins in reverse. So if this person was hyper independent, not available here, and I feel like this might have been the obstacle here, not making themselves available, and potentially the confidence to allow themselves to do this, trust, put my emotions in someone else's hands. 10 Pentacles in the exact same spot. Knight of Wands. So definitely could have been someone fairly inconsistent here with their hot and coldness. We have Fortune, which is the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Oh my goodness. We have the Knight of Swords and the 9 of Cups again. You know, this person is really having to confront, like the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Coins. Jeez, 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Self cards, self-focused, very independent. I don't need anyone or anything, because if I do, then I'm leaving myself exposed. This is something this person was having to confront. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So imbalance, it needs to contribute and invest in this connection in a healthy way. Show up, invest time, money, energy, effort. Queen of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Oh my goodness. And then we have the Lovers in reverse, Gemini energy. Let's see, what is this? Read those shortly. And we have the 9 of Swords and the Knight of Coins in reverse. Oops. Wow, we're getting sloppy. So, beautiful angels. We'll see what this is. This person, the Moonlight, anxiety, dark night of the soul, can't eat, can't sleep. A lot of fears. My fears are all in my mind. And their fears are really around autonomy and commitment and showing up, because one thing they know is to trust themselves, to bring their own emotional happiness. Hasn't failed them, but it's also hasn't fulfilled them. And I don't feel this person's been available to you. This has changed. And it's changed because this person's confronting this. And I feel like this person understands the difference between the 9 cups, being emotionally fulfilled on their own, and being emotionally fulfilled in a connection, which brings a different sort of 9 cups to them. And they're prioritizing the 9 cups they get in a connection with you. This person is wanting to invest, where I feel this person might have been very withholding and not investing, and it could have been very imbalanced. When it comes to creating the Pentacle 10 Pentacle world, stability, structure, commitment, they have to invest. They have to put the time and the energy and the effort. This person feels a lot of love for you, and they see you again as this caregiver energy. It's like you're compassionate, you're caring, you're loving. And they feel your energy motivating this person to contribute, to invest, and to work on this 10 Pentacle. This person, I feel, has been very stuck when it comes to committing. And I feel like this person is fired up here to take action on this, and knows that this connection will be stunted or stuck or stopped, blocked, as long as they let their fears sort of dictate and get in the way. This is what they're understanding. Okay, but lots of passion, lots of love. They understand that there's something to be built. They understand that they're having to invest here. They understand you give a lot of compassion and love, and you are investing a lot of energy or have been. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, new beginning, Ace of Pentacles. So this is in reverse because I do feel like the officialness of this connection, to plant that seed, to make it solid, this person will have to make it official, will have to come out, will have to have the tough conversation with you. Okay, they've been either stalling or stuck or stopped or, I don't know, just not available here for this. Chariot in reverse, yes, stuck, imbalanced, atonement. Yeah, so now it's like living in the bed that we've created, wanting to make things right, coming back to right the wrongs. The Hermit in reverse, coming out of isolation, the Magician in reverse. So again, it was that energy of, I'm not sure if I have what it takes or what I need in order to be successful here, to manifest a balanced union. Okay, and this is the thing that I want to make right. Oopsie. Let me cover that up. Sorry. I don't know if this, oh, geez. So we have temptation, which is devil energy. Okay, devil, Capricorn energy. And this is right here in the atonement. So, did I say attainment? It's atonement. I'm sorry if I said attainment. I don't think I did. But anyway, this is what's happening, okay? Devil, devil, devil. The devil is when we listen to our fears in the subconscious. This person has been very held back. They're liberating themselves. Okay, the fact is the temptation here. I do feel like there's a lot of sexual desire and passion and pull towards you. But I feel like this person could have certainly been somebody here who let their devilly ways, with the 9 cups specifically and the devil, immediate gratification, focusing on the grass being greener, the immediate thing, seemed better in the moment. And this could have been something that was getting in the way of you and this person coming together, and this person making things official and committing and having a healthy new beginning, because this person was not being single, independent, free, and available to contribute. This has stunted this connection. Okay, now this person wants to make things right. They're working on breaking these chains. Okay, this is what this was about that I was really feeling. As I said, it's like cracking open here. Okay, freeing the chains from the devil. Wherever they felt they couldn't, that's exactly what this person's confronting. And I feel like they know that whatever's happened in the past has been of their own sort of doing. And so it's like, how do I make this right? How do I move towards pile 3? And they don't really understand or see fully. Like I said, they only see a little bit ahead of them, little bit in the present moment. But they know that they're being guided to build this 10 pentacle with you. And they know that they'll have to invest bit by bit, but they're not quite sure if they have what it takes, because this person is working through their balance, and they're definitely working through breaking from this devilly energy that's been holding them back before they can make things official or say, okay, this is like the new beginning here with you and I. But they definitely want this new beginning. It's just very delayed. And it's, again, the answer is because of the fears, or the reason being, or their excuse, I should say, is because of all these fears. So, I do feel we'll just wrap this up and see what is it that the divine wants you to know then about this, because I do feel like this person's breaking free from whatever's had them stuck, and they're in the process of this atonement, movement, breaking from the devil, which has been taking some time. And I do feel like this person feels bad about this. What does pile 3 then need to know? Has their person broken free? What's going to sort of happen next here? What do we need to know, Spirit, for pile 3? The Chariot in reverse. Okay, so right where we left off. Stagnant, imbalanced, stuck, not allowing the universe to push us forward. Cancer energy, by the way, Six of Wands in reverse, ego death, feeling like we failed. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. So wherever we were going back and forth, we need to prioritize. We need to choose. We didn't choose. We lost out. We missed out. Eight of Coins, put in the energy and the effort. King of Coins into commitment, reliability, a solid plan. Why is this Six Wands here? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. And then finally, why is this Two of Pentacles here? Which, by the way, has an 8. So more ego because I'm getting the strength from this and from the Six Wands in reverse. Okay, so why is this Two of Coins here? The Emperor, more ego. Divine Masculine. And then the Page of Swords. Oops. And then the Moon, of course. And then under that we have the 10 Swords in reverse. Okay, good. We'll wrap it up here. So what's happening here? Spirit wants you to know it's exactly as we've been channeling. This person is coming to a new understanding. Do they know it all? No. They just started to see and understand. They just started to see and bring into focus. The sun is slowly coming out like this pink, like I said, about self-love. What are they understanding? They're understanding that a lot of the fears were holding them back, created endings, created suffering, created all sorts of conflict. Okay, this person, if there is an ending, they're not accepting it as a final ending here. It's not over. Okay, this person knows it's because of their fears and all of this stuff that got in the way and their inability to be decisive and clear, and they were all muddled. This is what's coming to an end. Okay, why is it coming to an end? Because this person has realized that, and going through the realization of the fact that they need to be somebody here you can rely upon with this King of Pentacles. And in order to be this person, they have to put in the dedication. They have to commit. They have to put in the time and the effort consistently over time. So they've learned this through disappointments. And I feel like this person has had to work on shedding the ego and really looking at themselves. And I feel like this person might have felt like a failure at one point in time with this 10 of Swords in reverse and the 6 of Wands, like they didn't do good by you or they didn't do what they were supposed to. And it could be just because they didn't let it move, or they got in the way of the universe, or they didn't surrender, or because things are really imbalanced. Okay, they see this, or they're starting to see and understand this. This person didn't choose. They had a choice to make here, and this person juggled you or didn't prioritize you. And now it's like, no, I understand. I'm seeing this. The power's in my hands. I am empowered to make different choices. I don't need to juggle pile number 3, because when I do juggle pile 3, it doesn't result in us being successful or me being successful here in getting what I want. And what I want is to experience pile 3 in a balanced way, which hasn't been happening here. It's been stuck, and I haven't been able to engage in a way here that's made me feel confident, that's made me be seen in a way that I want to be seen. This person still has an ego about them. They want you to see them in a certain way. And it's like, if you can't see me in that way, I sort of feel discouraged, you know? And it's like, that's why this, you are my everything. It's like, I see you in this way. I wanted to be something for you. I come with nothing in a way. So I just didn't act. I was stagnant. I was stuck. And like I said, then this person finally feels like they were accepting. They were accepting that you were by their side, or that it is what it is. And they were feeling bad about it, but accepting this. But it's like there's a greater truth here that they're still needing to see, that they're not less than, that they're not coming to the table with nothing. Okay, but their ego won't really let them see this, because I feel like this Divine Masculine wants to be more, and he wants to provide more, and he wants to show in a certain way. And he's used to making himself happy with the 9 cups and the 9 pentacles. And now here is this introduction to this connection. And so he feels like he has to do more, be more, something like this. And it's like, well, this is what the stall was, or this is why it was stuck. And now it's like, what can I do? What energy and effort and commitment can I put in to this connection that's going to make things balance, so that you see me as someone that you could rely on, that is someone safe, someone that can build a 10 pentacle with you, because that's how I want you to see me. And I don't know that you see me this way. You probably don't, because of everything that I've shown you. And so this atonement is to make it right. breaking that devilly way, that unhealthy way of me engaging. And now I want to step up and do it right. And in order to do it right, I can't juggle you. So I got to do something about this, or otherwise it's going to be an ending that I can't bring back, all due to the fears. And so this person wants to talk to you. This person will do a job to understand more about what this means. And I do feel, looking at this is giving me family. So I'm getting a family type energy that this person wants. Like, this is father energy. This is giving me like a 10 pentacle type vibe, though it's 8. The king of coins is the father card. Okay, same with the emperor, like I said. And so there's this, I want to build something. And this is the greatest fear that I have, is because I still feel like a reverse magician, where I don't have what it takes, or something like this that I'm lacking or missing, which is a misnomer or a misbelief here. Okay, a non-belief, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not true. Okay, and so it just keeps creating that same belief over and over, and it doesn't allow there to be balance here, because they were the worst sort of enemy getting in the way of this connection. But I feel they see it, they're starting to see. And look, there we have the devil again. So breaking the chains of the devil, Capricorn energy. So yeah, I feel there's movement. I feel there's truth coming. There's clarity coming, where there things were confusing. They're finally starting to understand or see. And if they haven't communicated it to you, it's because this person's still getting very clear about that confusion, because they want to be certain before they come forward, because the last thing they want to do is appear in a certain way that's, out of their control, because they want you to see them in a certain light. Okay, but I do feel there's a lot of passion here for you and a lot of desire here for you. But now the focus is on the material aspect of investing here with the pentacles, because we got the pentacle, 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 pentacle. Okay, and so, and the emperor, which is taking action in the 3D world to fix this imbalance. And this is also ego integration. And so we have a lot of ego, like I said, coming through here. And so this person is having to swallow a lot of this shadowy stuff that's been the devil, that's been the ego getting in the way of them and the decisions that they've been making out of temptation and out of a 9 cups here that's been more focused on other things that aren't necessarily for the greatest for them. Okay, so a lot of courage is being asked and required for this person to see through their egos or their egoic ways. All right. So, beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.